pasa, Dolores? Ahorita lo... Hola, Jorge. No, a ver. A ver si irá, ¿no? Digo yo que irá. Ya ahora aquí. Vale. ¿Cómo coño era de andar? La Q. Ok. No. Guay. O dos menos. Vamos a ver. La cosa es que no me puedo teletransportar a los sitios esos, ¿no? Tengo que ir andando, tío. Qué coraje, ¿no? La misión está arriba, en verdad. La misión está aquí. La misión está ahí, tío. $45 de daño, pero a lo mejor esto es mucho mejor que... Lo que no sé tampoco cuánta... ¡Hey! Me he despertado ahora. 18 balas. Pero son efectivas en verdad, tío. Al menos contra los bichos no son tan efectivas. Tampoco puedo crear aquí, ¿no? O sí puedo crear. No. Si te hubieras ido de largo, ¿cómo? Ítalo. Explícate. No, pero yo no puedo. Ya no puedo, Italín. Necesito explorar. Bueno, y si voy por aquí arriba. Intenta ir por ahí arriba. Porque es por aquí por... Oh, espérate. No, este es el puente. Vale, por aquí está bien.
Stop it, boys!
Esto la lanza, tío. No va a venir muy bien la lanza, en verdad. Pues...
I cannot enter.
La puerta está cerrada. Este es otro de vampiros y este es el de... El del médico investigador. Está guapo. Lo que pasa es que es complicado. Quédese en casa. Gripe, frecuentemente agravada por la neumonía. Quédese en casa para evitar contagiarse de la gripe española. Coño. ¿Del COVID? Aquí está el hospital. Para mí no es easy, tío. Pero bueno. Para mí pocos juegos son easy. En verdad. Hago como pegan los enemigos en el God of War. Yo creo que es normal. ¿Dónde coño estoy, tío? ¿Eso de ahí arriba? No, no. No me acuerdo cómo se llamaba. Me lo pasé, bro. Me salieron los créditos. A mí cuando ya me salen los créditos ya he dicho que me lo he pasado.
Is this supposed to be an hospital?
¿Quién?
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr.
Cox.
Reed. Still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss had cut me good.
Se cortó por la batería, vida.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
Me lo pasé y tal. Me salieron los créditos, bro.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favour.
You're a monster, Mr. Cox. An ungrateful and disgusting man.
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
Hey.
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. As long as I'm treated alright, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
Va a morir este tío, Me está cayendo muy mal.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
¿Cómo estás de sano, bro?
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I can say for most folks.
And who are you then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Voy a crear curas y eso, porque me va a hacer falta en verdad. Vamos a ver. Y yo acabo de cenar ayer una Inca Cola. Es como la Coca-Cola, pero de otro sabor, original de Perú. Pero no, agua, no hay que caer en la tentación. Cae, 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 cae. Cae la tentación, cae la tentación, cae la tentación. Bueno. Coca-Cola. ¿Qué tomas? Agua, agua. Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. Machete usado necesito. ¿Lo tendrá el cabrón este? Negrito. Soy fan de la salchicha. ¿Qué tomate, cabrón? Si esos son melocotones. Durazno. ¿Melocotones? Para ganarme los cojones. Bueno. Aquí qué nivel eran, tío. Me acuerdo de acercarme. Aquí creo que era mucho nivel. Cada uno con sus condiciones. ¿A qué te refieres? Ah. Ah, por aquí no puedo pasar. Esta es la morgue, ¿no? Creo. Antigua morgue. No, hijo de puta. Ahí está. Que hay varios, en verdad, ¿eh? Es muy raro esta gente, ¿eh? No que se activan todos, ¿eh? Tío, ¿pero dónde va? Hay tantos, tío. Me quedé sin bala. ¡Ah! ¡Ah! ¿Déjame salir de aquí? No, voy a morir como un campeón. ¡Hala, hala! ¿Pero cuántos son? Buah, chaval. Buah, chaval. Ah. Lo bueno es que con este no se cansa tanto. Estamos muertos. Buah, chaval. Ahora, quita una mierda. Te digo. Otro menos. Madre mía. Que creo que no ganas una mierda de experiencia. Solamente ganas la experiencia así. Te comes a alguien, creo. Ah, sí, gana la experiencia conforme vas pillando las cosas que sueltan, creo. El cofre que no tengo la llave, ¿no?
It's locked, all right.
Cuchillo de listón usado. ¿Dónde está? Absorción de sangre. A ver. Dos. Ajá. Otro el mismo, ¿no? Ahí. ¡No! Joder. Se complica. Ah, pero mira, eso es... Eso viene muy bien, pero... Vale, bien, eso me ha venido de lujo. ¡Se muera! Ay, por Dios, qué pesado. Ah, activado. Muere puto. Te da muy poca experiencia, tío. Se supone que sí, cariño. Se me faltan cosas, tío. No puedo crear más cosas a mí. Qué fe. Mucho de absorción de sangre. No. La experiencia consiste en o comerme a los que haya salvado o matando enemigos. Pero matando enemigos me dan mucha menos experiencia. Estoy comiendo personas. Lo que es decir que se me complica un poco. Puedo mejorarlo. Pero lo que voy a hacer va a ser reiniciarme los poderes ahora para probar otro tipo de poderes. Ahora puedo otra vez volver a... Nivel 6. Que me fijo, la mordedura la uso mucho. Ahora solamente voy a tener la lanza y lo de la mordedura a tope, porque es que apenas usaba el otro ataque. Vamos a ver qué tal ahora. Una anemia. Con esto no hablo todavía, con el jugar el Thatcher. Ahora, por ejemplo, tengo más vida. Y el ciudadano ha desaparecido. Y tiene más nivel esta gente, ¿no? No, ni de coña. ¿Qué pasa, Jorge? Bien, ¿y tú? Ya.
It's locked, all right.
Está cerrada. Hmm. Joder, con un toquitan, tío. Es verdad. Cargo rápido. Bueno, eso de que los cargo rápido. A mí me mata él. Vale, no me ha curado. Algo. Joder, ¿por qué quita tanto esta gente, tú? Vale, bien, me ha curado. Guay. Nivel 14. Ahí. Otro menos. Mate. Uf. Complicado, tú. Se complica, tú. Menos ya me he cargado otro. Viene más gente, tú. Me cago en los muertos. Otro menos. Al menos atacado. La que me ha liado este. Cabrón. Ah, puto. Ah. Ahora. ¿No te mueres? Mira. La rata mismo. Creo que lo mejor ha sido comprar esta habilidad. Mira cuánto le quita. Es lo mejor. La mejor habilidad en verdad. Que te muera ya.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Nivel de cautivar 1, ¿no? Y esto tiene nivel 3.
It's locked.
Hubiera estado bien comérmela, pero... F. Si lo llegas a verme como al Clay ese. No seas así, hombre. Muérete, anda. Muere. Y lo va. Por Dios, el puñetero. Puñetero. Muérete. No. O sea, así, hombre. Quieto. Te vas a morir igual. Qué pasadito con el fuego, amigo. Lástima que vaya a morir. Sí. Mira, por ejemplo, este no maduró nada. Pero no encuentro la manera de llegar a Whitechapel, también te digo, ¿eh? Yo creo que la única manera es donde estaba el nota ese del nivel 18. Pues es un rollo. En verdad. Ok, aquí hay dos.
It's all.
Ah, son de nivel 6, tú, esta gente. Misión de vigilancia. Patrullas de la EAS End. Hace 3 días uno de nuestros nuevos reclutas escuchó un rumor sobre la presencia de un vampiro hembra en el hospital Pembroke. Lo único que sabemos es su nombre de pila, Thelma. Vuestra misión es investigar con discreción y observar cualquier actividad sospechosa relativa a la susodicha chupasangre y en el supuesto comunicárnoslo de inmediato. Nosotros decidiremos cómo proceder. O sea que es verdad que es vampira. Ok. Que este juego es otro de los juegos difíciles, ¿eh? Es otro de los juegos que dice para pasárselo hay que pensar. No. Si ves a uno disparar. Ah. Mierda. Pues no fija. No menos. Muera.
It's one of them burning. Snap it, Leech.
Muera. Ah, escondite desbloqueado.
Spot one fire. It's mine.
Ah, yo que tengo. Muera ya, que yo es muy pesado. La lanza es lo suyo, ¿eh? Sí. La lanza es totalmente lo suyo. Dos menos. Bye.
What happened? Who are you?
It's all right, sir. You're safe now.
A fellow Englishman. Thank you, sir. For a moment, I thought those bloody heathens had killed me.
What are you doing here? This place is not safe.
Yeah, it's a cesspool, but it's mine. I came to collect some overdue rent. But those who still live here have gone completely bonkers.
You're very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, filthy immigrants. Fucking savages, every one of them. And now with this bloody fever, they're just animals.
You can find safety of sorts in Whitechapel. If you're quick and cautious, you'll be able to avoid the savages. You had better return to Whitechapel without delay. It will be safer there.
Safety isn't really an issue in Whitechapel, because you never are. Never have been. The old place is falling to pieces. But thank you for the advice, sir.
Cada gambit, ¿sabes? Oh, me lo puedo comer. Bueno, no me lo como. De este sitio me falta un montón de gente, tú. Exactamente. Es mucho de investigar.
This is despicable.
Te puedes comer las ratas que quieras. Creo que es por aquí. Muchos enemigos, tú. Uf, y encima son de nivel. Cuidadito. Lo bueno es que la lanza ataca a varios. Es la polla, en verdad, la lanza. La cosa no es que me maten, ¿sabes? ¡Hola! ¡Hala la que me ha liado ese! Pero esto ya está muerto. Está. Hombre. ¿He dicho ya que le lances lo mejor? Me como a las ratas, sí. El noto se come a las ratas para recuperar sangre. Pues sí, la lanza es lo mejor. Bueno. ¡Hurra! Por los compañeros caídos, ¡hurra por su valentía! Pues prevalecimos, la guardia prevaleció. Hermanos míos, dimos caza a los enemigos de la humanidad, ocultos en los oscuros túneles de nuestras modernas urbes. Los hallamos en sus nidos y en sus guaridas, y perecieron. Llevamos las llamas de la batalla a los más negros abismos. Jamás se había librado una guerra a tan gran escala, entre mortales e inmortales. Recordad esta victoria, hermanos míos, pues se hallará y probará nuestros métodos. Jamás descanséis, jamás os rindáis, jamás os deis por vencidos. Sí, hermanos míos, nuestro método funciona, e Inglaterra es más segura esta noche, gracias a vosotros. Gracias a aquellos de nosotros mordidos, asesinados por el enemigo, o a nuestra mano temblorosa cuando se volvieron contra nosotros. No os estremezcáis, hermanos míos, no dudéis, esta noche lloro por los compañeros caídos. Lloro pues no soy más que un anciano que he visto cumplido por fin su objetivo en mis últimos años en este mundo. La guardia de Prigwen solo tiene medio siglo, y ya hemos conseguido mucho más que los traidores de Saint Paul. En medio milenio. Esta ha sido nuestra primera gran cacería. Dejad que los sanguijuelas que subieron a nuestra ira no olviden que no nos detendremos jamás. Del adversario, de Kendall Stone, fundador de la guardia de Prigwen. Robot de que ello. Pipas. No, buen hamster. A ver. ¿Dónde coño tengo que ir? Hostia. Ay, cabrón. Anda, perro. Este no le hace mucho daño, Wow. No. Cabrón. que tiene la cañita. Toque de queda, advertencia sanitaria oficial. Las campanas de la iglesia repicarán a las 9 para dar comienzo al toque de queda. Ningún ciudadano podrá circular por las calles libremente desde esa hora hasta las 5 de la mañana. Hasta nuevo aviso, se ha implementado un toque de queda en toda la ciudad. Es imperativo llevar una máscara para prevenir la propagación de la infección. Si un miembro de su unidad familiar enferma, comuníquelo de inmediato a las autoridades. Debido al toque de queda, cerrado a partir de las 9 de la noche. No puedo abrir esto, tío. O te mato. La cosa es que ya estaba por ahí, tío. No, es que es aquí. Me tengo que cargar toda esta peña, a ver. Pues me la cargaré. ¿Qué hace? Ah. El puñetero humito. ¡Ah! Cago en tu muerto. Lo manda. Muera.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Ya, por fin llegué a donde tenía que llegar. Cago en la muerte. Hostia, que lo ha matado.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even
Ah,
know
coño,
if
creía
it
que la había
is.
matado.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London. So you picked an easy target, didn't you?
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. If she's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Goodbye, young man.
Will be proud of me.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live. This is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben the Tramp.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. The woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just failed me last nerve.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. Coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Me? I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Someday you'll understand. You've wasted
Good evening,
your
miss.
life.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Ah, esta tiene para curarse, ¿no? A ver.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Elixir.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
Ya lo he pagado.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Escupir, estornudar o toser ayudan a propagar la gripe. Los fluidos nasales o guturales promueven el contagio. No tosa en público. Aquí.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical report says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to. There's no one in.
La casa está vacía. Ha desaparecido. Allí.
Strange man was at the door with the pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Poca cosa, Jorge.
Clayton
Aquí
Darby.
viciaba
Is he still asking questions?
al Vampyr.
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's
¿Y tú
Church.
qué cuentas,
I
Jorge?
swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner,
No.
that one.
Son diferentes sitios, cariño.
Yes. Those bloody immigrants should know their place, eh? How dare they do a better job than the lazy natives of this land?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Ok.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis. Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson's son. A Colossus joker most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess
¿Lo puedo
your
matar?
colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons. And that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peter?
The name is Colossus Joe. I don't get sick.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone. No one is properly informed of the risks.
These are bad times indeed. So much for the glorious British Empire.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
That science is unable to explain the facts doesn't mean there is no rational explanation.
I confess, I share your point of view, Doctor.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
Well, you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
I have had enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Suelen pagármela. Suelen pagarme para abrir la boca, dice,
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
¿Qué tiene a los lados? ¿O son las texturas que están mal?
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals. but I don't like you asking questions.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Creo que es mechón de cabello blanco. O no sé. Parece mechón de cabello blanco.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crasionescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
Semen, cariño.
This money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Pues ahora no aparece. Esto es la textura. Yo esto siempre igual. Un pequeño ramo con un cupón para una revisión médica gratuita oculto entre las flores.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever.
Coño, no habla.
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Very well. Goodbye then.
Tengo que seguir buscando a esta gente. Coño. Mis queridos hijos, siento mucho no haberos escrito en los últimos meses. La situación en Londres es complicada. Soy consciente de que puede parecer egoísta y absurdo cuando vosotros, hijos míos, aún vivís en un país consumido por la guerra. Aquí en Inglaterra también estamos luchando una guerra contra la pobreza y contra la injusticia. A pesar de mi avanzada edad, intento estar al pie del cañón. Por eso os escribo hoy. No volveré a Rumanía, así que es probable que no nos volvamos a ver antes de que muera. No estéis tristes, hijos míos. Ya sois mayores y ahora tenéis vuestros propios hijos. Ya conocéis los sacrificios que a veces debemos hacer para que este mundo sea un lugar mejor. Y este es el sacrificio que yo debo hacer para volver a sentirme útil. Os deseo una larga y próspera vida. Dadles un beso a los pequeños de mi parte y recordad que vuestro padre os quiere. Siempre seré vuestro padre. Darius Pedrescu.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Tengo que hablar con Ake. ¿Cómo llego allí? Hostia, vale. Muy sencillito.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
¿Que si es bueno estar soltero? Pregúntaselo al mariquita de Deutsch, que lleva ya tiempo soltero. Pero, para mi pensamiento, es bueno estar soltero. Pero depende, en verdad.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Estar soltero no tiene en plan preocupaciones de, qué sé, que estar soltero, bueno, también la soledad y eso. No sabría decirte si es bueno o malo. Neutral, diría yo. Es que tiene sus pros y sus contras.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Pero no es malo.
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me.
Pero lo estás,
especially
Dois.
with strangers.
No estás, marica. O has encontrado novia.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I?
Maneli, ¿qué piensa?
The Spanish flu.
¿Es bueno estar soltero o no?
Be saved, say the scriptures. Good or
No te
evil,
escapes,
rich or poor,
responde tú
all are
también.
equal in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Sigue sin novia, ¿no, Dois? ¿Tú qué opinas, Dois? ¿Es bueno estar soltero o no?
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you, for a start, my dear Doctor.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Mira, no. Además siempre desde los 14 años he tenido a alguien. Así que no soy yo que decir. No sé yo qué decir si estar solo es bueno. No es bueno, pero tampoco es malo. Yo me llevo muchos años estando solo. No he tenido ningún tipo de problema, vaya.
Peaceful? That's quite an unusual way to speak about the epidemic. And very inappropriate, I must say.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's
No pierdes tanto
the
dinero.
benefit of most, if not all.
Sí. Otra cosa buena es las preocupaciones de pareja no no te afectan porque no tienes a nadie, ¿no? Y eso provoca estrés o algo así, ¿no? Para mi pensamiento no es obligatorio encontrar a alguien. Pienso.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
No, tú tienes más cosas buenas, cabrón. ¿Vale? Disfrutas más de tu tiempo. Puedes dedicarte enteramente a ti. En la vida, Deutsch, en verdad siempre estamos solos. O sea, quiero decirte, tienes familia, tienes pareja, pero en verdad estás más tiempo solo que con gente, ¿no? Pienso, no sé. No puedes aferrarte a alguien, ¿no? O sea, está mal eso de aferrarse tanto a una persona, ¿no? Pienso.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain?
Que si es bueno estar soltero, cariño.
And challenging.
No es bueno y tampoco es malo. Pienso, no sé.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Ya.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Oh, Camellia, the silent flower of Whitechapel. An angel made flesh, I tell you.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
I'll leave you alone, sir.
De una forma acceder a la casa de Darío Petes. Estimado señor Nethercott, gracias por habernos enviado su poemario Canciones de una ciudad vencida. Pensamos que es tan interesante y profundo como la primera vez que nos lo envió. Le ruego que, dadas las terribles circunstancias a las que hace frente el país, entienda que su título es completamente inapropiado para una publicación. Por consiguiente, ante su negativa a cambiar el título y exigir la publicación completa de su trabajo o rechazar la colaboración, lamento comunicarle que la Sycophant Publishing se ha decantado por la segunda opción. Un cordial saludo.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
You don't really make a living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
No, sir, I don't. I work so hard. I put all my time, my energy, my devotion into the precise carving of words.
Perhaps it's time to think about something more useful to do. I'm not sure that poets are what London needs at this moment in time.
Men and women need food for certain, a roof and safety, but how narrow is the mind of one who believes art is not as essential. Goodbye for now, sir.
Mierda.
You don't really make a living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
No, sir, I don't. I work so hard. I put all my time, my energy, my devotion into the precise carving of words.
Perhaps it's time to think about something more useful to do. I'm not sure that poets are what London needs at this moment in time.
Men and women need...
I'll leave you alone, sir.
By your false faith.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind. Can't you just look me out like this?
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Potter.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
It's locked, all right.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Did you refuse to publish Richard Nethercott's previous works, Darius?
Yes, his manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
You could have told him so.
As a great writer recently said,
¿Qué, una película?
politeness is the most acceptable hypocrisy.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family?
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her
¿Y es una película?
like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Prochaska?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane?
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from
Si quieres la vemos ahora.
That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu. What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right there, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see.
Oh.
I must first suture the artery.
Se convierte, que se convierte.
The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
No sé, yo tampoco soy médico.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
Puede ser que la haya bloqueado Jorge a Dois, no sé.
To what do I owe this courtesy?
Es raro eso. Dois, ¿tú no ves los mensajes de Jorge? Jorge, ¿qué has bloqueado,
This is
Dois?
an unfitting place for the illustrious Doctor.
A lo más lo has bloqueado, Jorge.
Razvan was getting... I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Hostia, ¿qué hago? ¿La perdono, la cautivo o la sentencio? ¿Me la puedo comer? ¿Me la como? Esto tiene que acabar.
Nurse Crane, there is no question that the work you've done here is extraordinary, but this dispensary is incapable of coping with the outbreak. It's only a question of days before the situation at hand will overwhelm us. I cannot allow it. It's my duty to put an end to this immediately.
I'm not ashamed. I did what was right. For in the end, I saved lives and you took them. But we had so much in common, Doctor. Don't you see that?
¿Qué ha sido eso? ¿Qué coño?
This one stinks already. Oh, Christ!
Querida Dorothy, cuando leas esta carta yo ya estaré en el barco que nos llevará a Anton y a mí de vuelta a Brasov. Inglaterra no era para nosotros y reconozco que anhelo volver a ver las orgullosas colinas de Transilvania. Tan pronto como estamos allí, te prometo que encenderé una vela en la iglesia negra y rezaré porque sobrevivas a esta horrible epidemia. Sé que no apruebas esta decisión y que consideras que serás mucho más útil aquí para nuestros camaradas exiliados en el East End. Pero Anton necesita regresar a nuestra amada patria para ver el tan ansiado brote de la revolución. Es mi esposo y debo permanecer junto a él. Sé que tuvimos nuestras peleas y discusiones. Sé que te habría gustado tenerme a tu lado para ayudarte con tu clínica. Pero ahora que me marcho de Inglaterra, ten por seguro que si te pasara algo, si te vieras inmersa en un grave problema o peligro, regresaría de inmediato a Londres con o sin Anton. Por favor, piensa en mí lo mismo que pensaré yo en ti. Afectuosamente, tu hermana, Teodora.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in. Yes?
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Well, if you feel all right, that's fine.
¿Me lo como ese también o qué? ¿Me como este también? ¿Qué decir? Ahora que he caído en la tentación de morder. Soy malísimo. ¡Los como a todos! Venga, el último que me como. Venga, va.
Who will assist Dorothea helping our comrades now that I die?
No sé qué habla de camaradas si Dorotea también ha muerto. Bueno. Sí, ¿no? Aquí no ha pasado nada.
This elixir will give you faith again.
You've wasted your life away. Me, I'm not dying so
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
kill it, boy!
Hostia, ¿jefes?
Crush the leech, boy!
Ah. ¡Ñam!
Pay for this! Burn it, boys!
Ah, que tiene escudo. Ojo. Hostia, mi vida. Vamos a ver si... Ay, con el escudo tú. Se me va a complicar, ¿eh? ¡Ay! ¡Ay, ahora! Sí, 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 sí. ¡Quita!
Burn it, boys! I'll take its head!
¡Ah! ¡Sí! ¡La coño!
Trust the leech, boys.
¡Ah! Otro menos. ¡Ah! Uf. Pesado con el puñetero ajo, tú. ¡Morir! ¡Muere! ¡Muere tú también! Lo quedas tú, puto. No, pero ¿cuántos son? Ay, Dios mío. Ay, por Dios, la... Este mismo. Solo quedas tú. ¡Hora de morir! ¿Tú qué quieres? ¿Me quieres morir? ¡Muere! Tras 10. Ahí. ¡Ah! ¡Lo han matado! Eres culpable igual como yo.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
You killed him. He trusted you. And you killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter. His cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not
Tinder son aplicaciones para ligar.
I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
Conocer gente en línea, pero alrededor de donde tú vives.
You will not be bothered anymore by the woman.
And who was this woman?
If you must know, she worked under my employ as Nurse Crane. But I'll wager that's not what will be written on her gravestone.
You killed her. Is that what you consider discretion and diplomacy, Dr. Reed?
I did what I thought was best, and acted accordingly.
You will learn that trust is a rare and precious commodity in the Immortals world, my young doctor. And your actions have not induced me to offer you my support.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
Depende, cabrón, Deutsch, no solamente para follar, ¿qué hice yo?
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Ay, por Dios.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society, and like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Es lo mejor que puedes hacer, Jorge, ir poco a poco.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for
Como
a
yo,
long time now.
tiene 27 años como yo.
27,
Bueno.
I shall remain.
Very well, but I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of vampire is a Skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires.
It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
I bid you farewell, for now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scows. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Capítulo 3, historia familiar. Mi última visita a Whitechapel me ha hecho ser consciente del nivel de desesperación de los londinenses y comprender los esfuerzos que deben hacer para combatir la amenaza actual. Las causas y los efectos parecen estar más que relacionados. Dorothy Crane eligió robar y extorsionar con el fin de reunir dinero suficiente para atender a los indigentes, pero he sido testigo de sus intentos desesperados por salvar a un paciente moribundo en su dispensario rudimentario. En última instancia, ambos hemos fracasado en nuestro intento por salvar a ese pobre hombre, pero ahora estoy convencido de que la gripe española tiene alguna conexión con la epidemia vampírica. El análisis de la sangre de Razvan puso de manifiesto los mismos niveles de inestabilidad que observé en William Bishop. Debería informar de los últimos acontecimientos al Dr. Swansea. Sus conocimientos médicos y vampíricos me resultarán de ayuda. Cuando menos se lo espere, también me lo como. Bueno, aquí lo vamos a dejar. Vamos a mejorar esto, que es súper bueno. La lanza sanguinaria, la verdad que potente. Esto para curarme viene del carajo también. Pierdes la obtención de salud instantánea a cambio de una mejor regeneración. Los dos valen 2000. No sé. El tema de morder me vendría también muy bien. Nivel 14. Potente, en verdad. Sí, el Diablo 4, pero no he jugado a la saga Diablo, Jorge. Estoy diciendo que me espero hasta los 50, si no me quito el pene. Ah, bien. Esto me vendría del carajo también. Sí. Lucha contra el auge del crimen. Ayer por la mañana encontraba el cuerpo de una joven enfermera, la señorita Dorothy Crane, tras las paredes de lo que parecía ser un dispensario ilegal, donde los aquejados locales recibían atención médica de activistas no identificados. No había duda del motivo de la muerte de la señorita Crane. La pobre mujer se había desangrado a causa de lo que la policía describió como una herida inmensa en la garganta por donde salía sangre a borbotones. La macabra escena fue el paradigma de la situación actual en Whitechapel. Sus habitantes son criminales, bandidos o lunáticos disfrazados de ciudadanos de Londres. Curiosamente, ningún hospital ha reconocido haber empleado a la víctima. El dispensario ha sido clausurado de inmediato por decisión de la Comisión de Salud del Consejo del Condado de Londres. Como de costumbre, las mentalidades más relajadas y liberales ya defienden que el cierre de la única instalación médica local provocará un ascenso drástico de la mortalidad y pondrá en riesgo la salud de los lugareños. No obstante, no podemos evitar temer el momento en que su brutalidad atraviese los muros de la ciudad. Como ciudadanos civilizados, es nuestro deber protegernos, proteger a nuestras familias y a nuestros hermanos feligreses. Va muy bien. Adiós, Dorothy Crane. Grave. No sé cómo volver atrás, ¿verdad? Sano. Hoy no ha entrado nadie. Vamos a ver lo de la película. Locos por Mary. Vamos a ver esa película ahí en La Morada. Nivel 15, nada mal. Vamos para Twitch. Por cierto, no he hecho el vídeo.